Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. Welcome to March Madness, where I will be celebrating my birthday by glorifying God all month long. Today, I'm here with a dream. In this dream, I am laying in bed with my husband. Okay, I get up to add some curtains to the window to block the sun from coming in. While I'm doing that, I hear someone walking around in the house, like someone just walked in. Okay, he goes to see who's there, and a woman walks into our room with her mother or her parent. Um, I asked I asked them how I can help them, and she says, well, that she needs to talk to my husband. And I asked her about what, and she asked me why I need to know what, and I tell her that I'm his wife, and she looks shocked. Okay. The scripture comes from Mark 14 and 48. Am I leading a rebellion, said Jesus, that you have come out with swords and clubs to capture me? Every day I was with you, teaching in the temple courts, and you did not arrest me. But the scriptures must be fulfilled. Then everyone deserted him and fled. A young man wearing nothing but a linen garment was following Jesus when they seized him. He fled naked, leaving his garment behind. Okay. So this message is like, okay. So for somebody, you are doing things differently, okay? You are being seen as someone who is trying to change the status quo. And I feel like in this dream, like this woman thought that she would be able to just come in here and do whatever and have whatever going on with my husband. Apparently she is someone that had not been around him for a certain amount of times, that she didn't even know that he was married. And she was just absolutely shocked, like she was appalled. And I just feel like God is saying that this is something that there is nothing, marriage is something that has been going on for years, for decades, for centuries. And typically in marriage that has been going on for years and centuries, a man has one wife. Yes, there have been certain in certain places it is allowed for a man to have multiple wives. There are certain sectors of religions that allow a man to have more than one wife. But even in this type of situation, typically it is a man who is very wealthy and he can afford to take care of all of his wives equally and provide for them all equally. I think even in some cases he has to make sure every single wife has her own house. And it's so much to that, that there are so many men that are always screaming that, oh, well, but it's so much more to that. And even back then when it was very common, a lot of times there were a lot of men who ended up not having a wife because there was like 5 or 10 rich guys that had hundreds of wives because they were so rich and wealthy that the women would prefer to be their 99th wife than to be a man who cannot afford a poor man's only wife. Okay. And I just feel like God is saying that in this instance, this is a correction that he was making. He was making a correct that it should be one man and one woman. And this woman came in and she got upset. She got bothered. She got frustrated. She felt like it should be she felt like she should be welcome, or she should be okay, or everything should be the way that it has always been. It could even be a situation where maybe a man was used to have several different women and they all knew that about it and everybody was okay with it, and then all of a sudden now he has one wife. Or a woman with the same situation going on, all of a sudden she has one husband, and now everybody is upset, everybody is bothered, everybody is feeling some kind of way about this. God is saying that it's ridiculous, just like what Jesus said here. Am I leading a rebellion? Like they are looking at this as if it is a rebellion, like this is something wrong, this is something weird, this is something strange. God and they are fighting about this. This could even be a situation where somebody is literally physically trying to cause harm to somebody, physically trying to cause a demise to somebody who is literally not even doing anything wrong. Like this is something that you are not doing anything wrong, yet there is someone who is trying to punish you for doing what is right. And yeah. Every day I was with you, teaching in the temple courts, and you did not arrest me, but the scriptures must be fulfilled. So I just feel like God is saying that there is nothing wrong with what you're doing. You have no reason to be in a position to where people are trying to punish you for what you're doing, because once again, what you're doing, it is nothing wrong with it. What you're doing, it is something that you are supposed, like you are basically trying to do what is right, and people are trying to punish you for doing what is right. God is saying that Jesus has already died on the cross for our sins. Jesus was the ultimate sacrifice. You will not be sacrificed here, is what I hear. Your happiness will not be sacrificed here. Your peace will not be sacrificed here. Your like you are not, like God is not going to allow you to have to deal with certain things. And if this is for someone that is in a position to where they have had to deal with certain things, I feel like even the me getting up to put the curtains up is a face to where not a face, it's like a in a dream where you feeling like people are looking into the window. I'm being reminded of a dream I had a while ago where I had like an office building and it was all glass, and I wanted to get changed and I couldn't get changed because the entire office building was made of glass. And you know, I looked it up and it meant that there somebody feels as though your privacy is being exposed. Like you feel like you're exposed. You feel like your privacy is you can't have any privacy. God is saying that he is going to help you, okay, to ensure that you have the privacy you desire, because once again, the sacrifice has already been made. You are not meant to be a sacrifice. Your happiness is not meant to be sacrificed. Your peace is not meant to be sacrificed. Your and you know, in reality, it's nothing wrong with wanting peace. And I don't want to be in a situation to where somebody can just walk up in here and feel like they can comfortably walk in here and they can comfortably do what they want to, especially when it have to do with them thinking that they have some authority over what me and my husband got going on, or you know, like they have authority over my husband. Like that is not okay. Okay, that is not okay. That is not cool. That is not okay. And you know, to me, it is strange. It is weird. It makes no sense for someone who is a ex or a fling or whatever to feel as though they have some kind of say so going on after a man has gotten married. You know, and that's kind of what it was. It was almost like she came in with her parent, with her mom, like, I'm finna make him date me. He don't have no choice. He don't have no choice but to see about me. He don't have no choice but to be like, no. I just feel like God is saying he is putting his foot down to that. Okay, it is ridiculous. It is nonsense. It is it's foolery. Okay, God is saying like the person, whoever this is that is like coming to test you, whoever this is that is coming to cause a disruption or is attempting to cause a disruption or whatever it is, they are in the wrong, and they are looking at you as if you have done something wrong. You have done nothing wrong. God is saying that their ideals are distorted. Their ideals are confused. Like their ideals, they're backwards. Last but not least, God said you are not going to be a sacrifice in this situation. Your happiness will not be sacrificed. Your joy, your peace will not be sacrificed. Even if it comes to a point to where if this man feel like he just got to have so many women that maybe he needs to be by himself and you don't have to, like, you are not going to be put in a position to where you are going to have to sacrifice your happiness, your peace, and your joy for anybody else. God says, no, the sacrifice has already been made. Okay? If he is on some stuff where he feel like he want to have that going on, he should have been honest and upfront with you, and he can go on about his merry way. But it is not fair for someone to try to force you to feel as though you should be okay with it. No, it's not okay. It's weird. It's strange. It doesn't make any sense. God said that he has made it where a man finds a wife. Okay? And that's it. Even in the stories in the Bible where men had multiple wives, a lot of time it was so much drama going on. This man had no peace. They couldn't have any peace. Solomon couldn't have any peace because every time he built a temple for one wife, another wife was upset and she wanted a temple too. And now I want a temple and I want a temple and you didn't do that for me and I'm upset because you didn't do that. Like, could you imagine having thousands of women in your ear going off on you about not having the same thing that somebody else? Like, that is so stressful. When the situation with Hannah and Panini, okay? He loved Hannah. He was crazy about Hannah. He would do anything for Hannah. But Panini, she was just there because Hannah couldn't have any kids. But what did she do? She took out the time, effort, and energy to throw that in Hannah's face every chance she got. She was, oh, you see, I got all these kids over here, but you can't have none. And I got all my, look at all the kids. I got all these kids for him, and he loved my kids, and I got all these kids. Like, it's just, it's drama. And I don't understand why anybody would want to deal with that big of a headache. Like, I don't know. But anyways, God is saying, like, if that is what that man wants, then he needs to be with somebody that is okay with that. But your happiness and your joy and your peace is not up for is not up for a sacrifice. Your happiness is not up for sacrifice. He is not sacrificing. God will not sacrifice your happiness, your peace, or your well-being, okay? Because some women can be very vindictive. Some people can be very aggressive, which I have experienced that. I already talked to y'all about that when I was in Jamaica, having to deal with people trying to poison me and trying to fight me and trying to do any and everything they could. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to deal with this. I refuse. I'm not dealing with it. Like, somebody else can deal with it if they want to, but I'm not dealing with it. I refuse. I refuse. That's where we draw the line. Okay, that's where we draw the line. I'm not dealing with that. If somebody else want to have a situation where they is fighting with women over the same man, that they go have a blast. Okay, you have a ball and you enjoy. But me, not I said the cat. I refuse. That's the message. Okay, it's a message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Deuces.